Hold on guys, this is JEBAO Reef, and this is an update on the 200-gallon JEBAO Reef tank. Now as you know, I have two JEBAO AL150 LED lights. That's 4 T5 Blue Plus lights and one 14K Phoenix, metal highlight Phoenix. Put those kind of together. And anyway, so back to this side. Just want to show, we're going to start off with the Zor garden. And of course I can have way more Zors than I do have. But so far this is all I have. A lot of them were given to me. Two of them I had already, which is the red people eaters and those there, which I do not know what they're called. But pretty decent. Another gorilla nipples, and the orange ones I really like, but I don't know what they're called. So anyway, moving up, got the little Monty sitting back there and some Sapphastria if I'm not mistaken. Now this is my little Chalice Island. So the chalice on the top was given to me, but it was extremely cool looking. It was half dead in the tank, so they gave it to me, but everything always pops back in my tank. I mean, it always grows back. So with that being said, I chunked it up there, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna look like this one after a while. But as you can see, the colors are looking amazing, especially that one there. This it's almost like a teal color with like a green round, then it got an orange center with like kind of yellow. That's an amazing looking piece. I can't wait till it get bigger and it pops out. Anyway, see, can you see it right here? Not really, but anyway, my Favia. So what I have just found out is that my Tang eats bubble algae, and I'm so happy about that. Because I was gonna get Vibrant for the bubble algae until I seen him picking at it, and then I looked it up, and everybody was talking about that Tangs eat bubble algae. Never knew that, but anyway, he showed me that, and it's pretty awesome. So I'm just telling you guys that my torch coral is not doing the best right now, but it looks awesome. It looks good. But if you go back to the old videos, this thing is massive. So I'm thinking it's because I got it high up. It doesn't reach for the light as much, and plus it's in a pretty decent flow area. It's gonna be a pretty much dominant SPS tank, so he's gonna have to either deal with it or I might move it down, but it looks good, so I'm not gonna mess with it for the most part. This war coral is growing amazing. One of these JEBAO LED lights, and they're doing pretty decent. It's a Sapphastria I just picked up from a friend. I kind of saved it from his tank. It was a big rock. I broke it off. I'll show you the other piece. I also have a piece back there that I want to grow down on that rock. But it's doing amazing. It's doing pretty decent. Now this little piece I got for $5 because once again it was half dead, but it did amazing in coming back, the colors and all. So that's their loss with that, giving me that for $5. This is another, this Monty is another piece that I gave to the same guy I gave that bonsai to. And like I said, I'm saving it from his tank. He was through with him, I guess. My Lobo looking pretty decent. It's growing amazing. Back up to that bonsai, as you can see, it's almost at the bottom of my tank, and it is growing great. It's growing great. Coming up, you see the this is a staghorn. Forget what it's called, elk staghorn or something like that. But it's growing pretty decent. Definitely has a base. Let me see if I can show you the back of it. And you can see, has like 3 little heads growing off the back of it. So it's definitely growing pretty decent up under the JEBAO light. And I'll probably pop a picture in there right now. How it used to look. But then, of course, in that same picture, you saw the Digi, the orange Digi, is doing amazing. I'm gonna get back to that piece there. The one in the back, I'll The light is washing it out. I can't even tell you what it is, but it looks pretty decent. It has green tips. See if I can get it. Nope, I can't. So it has green tips. Oh, there we go. It's growing pretty decent. Bubble algae was on it, but like I said, my Southern Tang has came to the rescue. So the Judge Judy Millie is doing pretty decent, growing, basing out at the bottom. It's getting thicker. Like, it's not actually growing tall yet like the other pieces, but it is getting color. As you can see, the tips are like a greenish, and it's basing out at the bottom a little bit, but it's extremely thicker than it used to be. So that was a good thing. Coming down, it's a green Monty. It's growing like I wanted to, as Monties always do. They grow. I have tons of Monty. Like I said, I gave some to a friend, and he literally gave it back now. And this is how it looks in my tank, and how his grew. So his tank was extremely smaller, so it had flow right on it, much thicker pieces. More flow, I'm sure of that. More flow in the tank, thicker the pieces will grow. The SPS coral. Now this piece here is definitely growing, basing out pretty decent. It's called, I think, a poison ivy acro. And it's pretty nice. I like it. My ASD Millie, as you can see, has not been doing well at all. I mean, it's been like this for past week or two. I'm not sure why, but that's probably one of the more challenging acros for me at the moment. Like I said, the Judge Judy Millie is doing just fine, but that one just did not pull through. But like I said, this has been like this for about a week, so you never know. With these corals, you never know. It could possibly grow back from just that. So we're gonna let that sit there. Now, this is another piece I forgot the name too, but as you can see, it has like pink polyps. It's pretty decent. It's growing. It's actually basing out too at the bottom, as you can see that little bubble. So it's basing out. So I like that. Anytime you see the coral, SPS coral basing out, you're doing all right. So my Enchilada acans still have a little aptasia issue, but I use lime juice, not lemon juice, but lime juice for it. Knocks them out completely. They do leave, but then of course they do come back, just like with anything. So even if you did it with Kalkwasser, they come back. My bicolor frog spawn is doing amazing as usual. I actually fragged it. Broke a nice piece off. It probably had 7 heads on it. Traded it in at the pet store, and that's how I got Mr. Powder Brown there. So they gave me Mr. Yellow. This is his tank. I'm sorry, but he is the dominant fish. So you will see him pick on certain fish. But the Powder Brown, that's how I got him from that. The trade-in on that other half of that. Now my 8-can Mountain. So we got Zoa Garden, we got Chalice Island, the 8-can Mountain, and of course I don't have many 8-cans at the moment. I was never a big 8-can guy, so I guess in this tank I just want to. Of course, I'm always gonna do a reef, mixed reef, everything, a little bit of everything with the top of SPS, of course, because they just look nice. But like I said, I wasn't a big 8-can guy, but lately I have been trying to, I guess, find a colorful ones to put in the tank and just cover up that little mountain, I guess. These, I don't know if they were Superman mushrooms or what, but they're orange now. It had like a little red tint to them, but they look pretty decent. I just let them stay and kind of fill up the back. As you can see, I have a leather coral, a green toadstool leather coral, classic. And that's in the back there. If you look at some of my old videos, you'll see that I had a big mother colony. I killed it on accident. Well, it wasn't an accident. I threw it out in the yard instead of trading it in. I don't know what I was thinking about. Don't give me crap about that one, you guys. But anyway, the Rainbow Fabia looks pretty decent. Like I said, this bubble algae is getting taken care of because of the Southern Tang, and I love them for that. I did not know that they ate bubble algae. Bubble coral. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this thing. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. I might let it get a little bigger and then probably give it away. I'm not sure. I am not sure. My coralline algae is starting to take off like I wanted. This is another piece that I got from my friend Miranda. As you can see, 2 heads are dead. I might end up moving it down a little bit because you can see new growth on the back and on the side. So I'm pretty sure, like I said, in my tank, everything comes bounce back. So I'll let it just sit there. Setosa, doing good. Polyps are out, growing, basing out at the bottom. My, what I would call my snow white acro. It was all white when I got it. It's growing and the tips are white. It hasn't colored up yet. Polyps are out, looking great. This is actually where this little piece come from. And the biggest colony of that piece was here. As you can see, polyps are out. It looks great. There you go. So the polyps are out on it. It looks good. I just fragged it from the back part of it. As you can see, it was a big colony. Well, mini colony, but it was pretty decent in size. So I put that there just to, you know, separate them around the tank. Different forms of wavelength of the light. See which one will color up, if it will color up, or if it just stays white. From here forward until that happens, if that happens, it's my snow white acro. So on to the, I don't know if this is a bird's nest or maybe a Bacillopora. It's kind of thick to be a bird's nest, but I'm not sure. This is another one. So it could be a Bacillopora. It looks like a Birds of Paradise maybe, or a purple stylo. I'm not sure about that yet neither, but it's growing pretty decent as well. And my airflow, as you can see, is basing out at the back as well. Tabling out, doing pretty decent. I forget what this is called, a red ruby or something like that. Yeah, red ruby, got like green and red hints to it. Pretty decent. This some type of Monty. I'm not necessarily sure. It's kind of like pink and green. It's been that way since I got it. Got it for pretty cheap as well, so it's gonna see what color it does in my tank. Now my green is called a yellow Bennett. I've called it green yellow Bennett. It's doing pretty decent. Of course, it looks green, but I guess that's the name they give it. The pink bird's nest. Now this was also given to me. Like I get a lot of like half dead corals and I grow them out to like amazing colonies. Like you can check out my 54 gallon. That's what I did with most of it. And this is what happens, you know. You don't always have to go and buy the most expensive corals. Even though I have some, you don't have to go do that. And now this is that piece that my partner gave me. It was a big rock. I just pretty much broke it up. There's that Monty. It had a little bit of, well, I say a little bit, but pretty much a decent amount of lepto and sapphastria on it. And that's where all the other two pieces came off from. Now to my candy cane coral. This thing is amazing. It is humongous. I have fragged it too many times to count, and it just continues to grow and populate. Now on to the fish, I guess. Now I did have 2 yellow tangs. Of course, there was a challenge trying to keep 2 yellow tangs, and that one there was the meanest out of the 2, so the other one had to go. My clownfish, well, these are called naked melanorid, some type of, I forget the name, that sucks right now, but beautiful clownfish. As you can see, red and black. They come from like the tomato clown family, and of course that's the hybrid of that. My yellow tang, of course, like I said, this is his tank. Southern tang, Mr. Bubble Algae Eater. I'm so happy about that. This blue electric damsel, my yellow damsel. Here's a bicolor damsel. My Melanoris wrasse, here he is. One of the prettiest fish in the tank. And down to my favorite fish in the tank, which is the powder brown. Now I would like to have a white cheek tang and a powder blue tang in here with the powder brown. I know that'll be a lot to ask for, but I'm gonna try it. And I'll let you guys know. You can kind of see that chalice to the right there, that blue one. You see a better of the colors with a green and orange and yellow inside. So it looks extremely good in person, dude. You gotta see that. But anyway, down to the sump. Still running the JEBAO Coral box, of course. Everything on this tank, like I said, for the most part, equipment is JEBAO. That's why I call it the JEBAO 200-gallon reef tank. And everything is doing great. Even the UV sterilizer is JEBAO as well. So you got the UV sterilizer, all the pumps, the skimmer is ran by a JEBAO pump. You have the JEBAO LED lights, which I'm considering putting 1 or 2 more up there, including keeping my metal halide. I want to keep the metal halide just because the bill isn't high with it, and as you can see, it doesn't raise the temperature in the tank. As you can see, that 78.1. It's kind of hard to see. Get you over here on this side and see. You can see it here. 78.1, and this is a 7-foot tank. So no matter on either side, it's still the same. That's pretty good. That those are pretty accurate. Like I said, I also have the JEBAO wave makers, the PP20s, and I have 2 PP8s, I believe, or PP12s, or whatever they are, in here, and that's just for extra flow. As I have seen that once I put that in there, the corals are kind of this one here and that one there. The corals open up a little bit more, so I'm gonna just go with that. And like I said, this is True Reef, and this is the update on the 200-gallon JEBAO Reef tank.